So guys, this is your newly OnePlus 6 स्मार्टफोन। ओके, तो बेसिकली मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि इसमें क्या क्या खास बात है, ठीक है, क्या क्या फीचर हैं जो अनदर मोबाइल से डिफरेंट है। ठीक है, स्पेसिफिकेशन में बात करें तो इसमें आपके पास 6.28 इंच ऑप्टिक एलिमेंट डिस्प्ले है। ओके, और जो रेजोल्यूशन मिलेगा आपको इसमें 1440 इंटू 2280। ओके, एंड जो रैम मिलेगी आपको 6 GB रैम है, और जो आपका वेरिएंट मिलेगा वो 64 GB में आपको 6 GB रैम। ओके, स्टोरेज और स्नैपड्रैगन 845 ऑक्टा कोर चिप प्रोसेसर है, ठीक है, विद हाई स्पीड। एंड जो इसमें कैमरा क्वालिटी है दैट इज़ वेरी गुड, एंड द कैमरा इज 16+20 मेगापिक्सल ड्यूल कैमराज हैं, और जिनको फोटोग्राफी का शौक है, ठीक है, तो उनके लिए बहुत ही अच्छा कैमरा है ये। ओके, जैसे आप DSLR में यूज़ करते हो ब्लड पिक्स वगैरह, और बेटर क्वालिटी वीडियोस, स्लो मोशन ऑल्सो। ओके, तो दिस इज बेस्ट। ओके, फोटोग्राफी विद ब्रेक इफेक्ट्स, एंड फ्रंट कैमरा इज 16 मेगापिक्सल। ओके, जो बैटरी कैपेसिटी इसमें 3300 मेगाहर्ट्ज़, एंड एंड्रॉयड लेटेस्ट वर्जन, और जो कॉस्ट है इसकी वो 34 नियर अबाउट 35,000। एंड डिस्प्ले 6.28, and
see what's else is in
this
here.
is unboxing.
You've got the cable, you've got the dash charge brick, and I think in here you're going to get a little case. Yeah, so you get kind of a little plasticky silicone case. It's always a nice touch in the box. So let's get rid of all these to the side, and let's take a look at the phone. So one of the big new things with the OnePlus 6 is the completely new design, and as soon as you see this phone you'll notice how much better it looks than previous OnePlus phones. Previous OnePlus phones have kind of had a very dull metallic look, they've been kind of boxy and nothing too spectacular, but the OnePlus 6 really does look a whole lot different. It's got this kind of really nice curved glass back, a nice little metal rim around the side. It feels a lot more expensive than previous OnePlus phones, and you know, it feels as good as say the Samsung Galaxy S9, which is a lot more expensive than this is. You've still got the headphone jack on the bottom, you've got a USB-C port on the bottom as well. You've also still got that kind of iconic OnePlus alert slider. It's been moved from one side to the other, but it still works the same, so if you want to put it into vibrate mode or ring mode, you've got that there without having to unlock the phone. A big plus for OnePlus with this new phone is power and performance. So there's a Snapdragon 845 inside, you've got 6 to 8 gig of RAM, and the storage goes up to 256 gig. There's no micro SD card though, so you'll need to pick your storage wisely. Performance has always been really good on OnePlus phones, and with these new high-end specs, we really don't expect this to be any different. In terms of the battery, there's a 3,300 mAh cell. That's the same as the OnePlus 5T and the OnePlus 5, and there's still dash charging as well. This is a really good way of juicing up your phone really quickly. OnePlus say you can get a day's worth of use with just a 30-minute charge. Obviously, everyone's mileage is going to vary a bit with that depending on how you use the phone, but it's a good gauge to go on. And we've always been really impressed with how fast dash charge does charge the phone from 0 to 100. Other updates of course come with the camera. So like the 5 and 5T, there are 2 cameras on the back here. One is a 16 megapixel main sensor with an f1.7 aperture, and the secondary sensor sits at 20 megapixels. Both of these have OIS, which was something the 5T lacked, and OnePlus say that the pixels are 19% bigger than before. So having bigger pixels means you get more light into the sensor, and hopefully shots in low light situations, say in the bar or when the sun goes down, should be much improved. We've not had a chance to really test out the camera yet, but in our full review we'll make sure to have a good look at that. Other nice features on the OnePlus 6 are a really fast face unlocking system using the front camera. There's still a fingerprint sensor as well on the back, so these kind of work together. Say if you're buying an app from Google Play, you won't be able to use the face unlock to authorize that, so you'll still be using the fingerprint sensor. So it's nice to kind of have them both, and you're not forced to use one over the other. The facial unlock system was really fast on the 5T, so we can imagine it's going to be really fast here as well. On the front, that's a 16 megapixel sensor. OnePlus say it's worked with Qualcomm to develop a new kind of portrait mode for kind of bokeh effects on photos, and that wasn't there on the 5T, so again that's another new feature. Software has always been a really strong point for OnePlus. Here you've got a slightly skinned version of Android 8.1, so it's running OnePlus's Oxygen OS. While this looks very similar to something you might find on the Google Pixel, there are a couple of neat features. You've got a really cool reading mode, which turns the display monochrome when you're in an app like Kindle. You can also fiddle with the icons, change them, change the accent colors. There's a system-wide dark mode as well, which is really nice, especially when you have an OLED display like this. Speaking of that display, it's now 6.2 inches with a full HD plus resolution. And yes, it does have a notch at the top. OnePlus obviously tweeted a few weeks ago that the phone was going to have a notch, and it kind of received a negative backlash from fans. Having used the phone for a few hours, I don't think it makes a difference. I think it kind of slips away. Apps don't really get kind of caught up in it. It doesn't make a big difference when you're actually using the phone. OnePlus has said that it's going to ship a software update. It will turn completely off. The OLED OnePlus has always had good screens before. You can easily switch to that too. Really shiny, a real fingerprint magnet. There's also a kind of more matte black one, which is very pink. And later on down the road, there'll be it's going to sell out very quickly as it did before. This white version has a kind of gold rim and a back that OnePlus told me incorporates some pearl dust. I'm not quite sure how they use that, but it does look really nice. Kind of a matte finish. London launch event, so you probably know that by now. And it will go on sale from May the 22nd, so you've not got long to wait if you want to get one of these in your hand. We'll of course have a full review before it goes on sale, so stay tuned to Trust Reviews for all that information.